Hey everybody, welcome to group break number 664. Today we have a nice little 8-box release date. Ooh, sorry about that. One more notification there. We have a nice little 8-box case of the brand new 25-26 O-Pee-Chee Platinum. Here are your teams. There we go. And ignore these on the side. These are just what I paste in here to sort it for the description for whatnot, but by alphabetical. There you go. All right, here we go. And again, we got the Platinum 4-box break. After this, there'll be a fresh case for that. That is 47 Canadian a spot for a random team. We'll do the random at the end of all the sales. So that way, it's just a little bit more consistent, you know. Yeah. Here we go. Is I think this is a printed in US product. Looks like it. Let's see. Printed in the USA. Good to know. All right. What are we hoping to hit here? Obviously a golden treasure. There are in this. Maybe what? 12 times 8 is... Right, it's 12 packs per box, 8 packs per... So anything that's 1 in 96 is technically case hits. So there are. But I just want to get the checklist up beside me so we can filter out if we get any short prints or anything like that. But here we go. Good luck. Got the sleeves, got the top loaders. It might take a split second to just adjust the lighting in here because this is a very reflective product. And the lighting conditions in here aren't the best for it, so. I wonder if it's going to be... Oh, they did the stupid packs again. I wonder if it's going to be the same as last year where it's like the bottom two go here, and then it's like that. I forget what the exact method was. 48 on the box numbers. O-Pee-Chee for what product? For if it's for Pokemon stuff, I'm not sure. Ushi, we'll have them on our actual website. We probably won't have them through here today, but I don't know why I didn't turn those back upside down. So here we go. Platinum, I don't think we've had pre-orders on our site yet, so you might have us with confused with someone else. Yeah, Pond Hockeys are back in. I'd like to see a bio today. Alright, so far, not a fan of the packs. The packs are that weird, like, tacky-ish. We got some green. Did they do green fragments this year, too? Nice. Alright, let's go through... I should have kept track of which pack was which. Washi, Gritsyuk, and Astus with violet pixels. Yeah, no worries. Wallman to $2.99 up $2.99. Get that nice little eBay 1-of-1. We will sleeve color as we go along, and then low numbered color will top load or like big names. Fensor on the Marquee Rookie Retro. Sweet selection too. These kind of have that matte steel finish to them. Jimmy Snuggerud. Yeah, kind of that matte feel to them. Nice looking plat set. Rinzel, Coco, Braden Coots rookie, Skylar Brindamore. These are nice. The turquoise fragments. It's weird. It's weird to 249, 69 of 249. Nice one there for the Hurricanes. Unfortunately not the best player for them, but hey. It kind of looks... I know it's supposed to be turquoise, but it looks just like a washed out green. So, Coronado on the retro, Booyum Sweet Selections. Here, let's put, yeah, Booyum Sweet Selections. That goes there. There we go. All right. I'm just figuring out the rhythm for the product again. Osland rookie, Lindblom for Vegas, and Bardakov with a Michael Callahan rookie auto for the Bruins. With a Zaka Rainbow. Bruins on the board with the first autograph. I think it's similar to last year where if you get an update autograph, you get 2 autos in a box from what I've seen. So, but hey, nice start. Also on the sweet selections for the Sabres. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be good. Leonard. Dominic Sheen for the Red Wings. Hunter Height. Yeah, seems a little bit washed out. Nice for the Flames. Arctic Freeze rookie of Zane Parekh. I think that's Arctic Freeze. Looks like Arctic Freeze. 4 of 99 for the Flames. Here, I know we're going to need this today. Whee! Nice Parekh, 4 of 99. Yanni Neiman for the Kraken on the retro. They put the rookie in that corner there. Vibe check of Brad Marchand. He looks very angry. That honestly is like a very memeable photo. Those are probably not major, mind you, now that I think about it. Easton Cowan for the Leafs on the rookie. Print lines, let me look. Not the worst. Ben Kindle, this one has like, I'm sure it will wash off or like wipe off, but there's like some goop on it. Kindle rookie. And then Nate Danielson with the print line on the side there. Marquee rookie Violet Pixels of Quinn Hudson to $2.99. Okay, so it is the exact same as last year, I think. And that I need to remember what side that was. And Quinn Hughes on the mirror or the rainbow. And Path to Victory of Connor Garland for the Canucks. Okay, it's like a frozen wasteland in the background there. Tomashek, Ty Mueller, and Zane Parekh rookie. Uyghur on the turquoise to $2.49. So yeah, same thing as last year. Definitely searchable, I think, so far. Lee for the Islanders, vibe check of Paul Mary for the Islanders, and that is the first half. Cool. So I need to figure out what the order of those packs were. I think I did left side. I don't know. I just like to try and end on the good stuff because this is going to be all like the sunsets and the non-numbered stuff and the non-autographs, and or we just shuffle it and go truly random. Surprise and delight. But always worth. I always like to figure it out too in case you know, it's searchable. So Farinacci with a Dylan Duke and Ethan Frank and a Ryan Leonard Premier. Are the odds of those stated? Because I know in years past they were tougher. Where is O-Pee-Chee Premier Rookies? Yeah, not numbered. They're not stated, so. Hey, nice Leonard. Seems like there'll probably be one per case. Chikrin with a Magma of Parker Ford. Pink Magma, sweet selections of Yanni Neiman. Base. Sabrango, Robidaw, Parker Ford, John Carlson. Man, the sunsets are pretty this year. A little bit of those sun rays coming in. Laugh, vibe check of Spurgeon for the Wild. Howard, Melanson, Morton, Quinn Hudson Rainbow, Mark Stone Sunset, Path to Victory of Levshinov for Chicago. Gabe Perreault, Wyatt Amit, Brunette, Dorwart, Sabrango. Man, these I love these retro rookies. Vibe check of McDavid. Lejeune, Duran, and Weisblatt with a Matthews Rainbow. Nature's Rainbow Retro, Caulfield Vibe check. And then Villander for the Canucks, Simashev and Matthew Robertson, Reinhardt, Pink Magma, Garland, Retro, Hischier, Path to Victory. All right. So, I don't know. Seems like a very average box one. Nothing to write home about, but nice to see some Villander. Yeah, you probably can in the reflections. Get my ugly mug in. Once we're in the new setup, we'll probably have a face cam, so... Well, we will have a face cam, so you get to see my ugly mug. Yeah, the Pareco to 99's nice. That's fair. The Leonard's nice, but nothing super low numbered. All right. I think we did these, and it was these two, and then these two, and then these. So that means the auto is this is box 08. Was the auto then this pack? I don't know. We'll see. No, it'd be the top. Because what? Wait, it would have been. No, it would have been the bottom pack on this side. Right. So that should be the autograph. So before the Jakai. I think. Why am I opening up this side first if I think it's going to be the autograph? I don't know. Here, we'll open up both sides and then go from there. Let's just go through this side. This is the numbered side, so I think it is the same as last year, but is that Houndstooth? Yanni Neiman, Gabe Perreault, and Amit with Tom Verlander on the red prism to 199, numbered 7 of 199. The reds look nice this year. It's honestly a really the colors are pretty nice this year. The design's really good. Perreault for the Islander, or Perreault, sorry. Path to Victory of Letang. And some of those vibe checks give that, like, Gold Treasures vibe. Kanyoni, Moore, and Suniev with a Lindholm and a Rainbow of Laugh and a vibe check of Mercer. Finley, Quinn Hudson, and Fensor with a Kemper Pink Magma. Okay, it's different. Strome on the retro, Path to Victory of Connor Hellebuck. Okay, so that is not that. Maybe it is random this year. Nice. Morden, again, has got that weird ink stuff. Sabrango, Robidas. Kirill Kudryavtsev for the Canucks on the rookie auto. Unique autograph. Probably doesn't have a ton of signed stuff. Kudryavtsev is actually... If he was a right-handed defenseman or like an inch taller, people would love him. Devontae's and Spurgeon. He's just a shorter left-handed defender who's probably not going to put up a ton of points, but is very, very solid. Brunet, Howard, Melanson. Vibe check of McDavid on the Lava. Ray to 85. The Ray. I like Kudryavtsev, though. I don't think he'll be a major player from like a value standpoint, but from a hockey player, he should be an everyday NHL defender. Hey, McDavid to 85 on the vibe check. And the vibe check is bad. Kyrie for the Blues and vibe check of McDavid. Levshunov, Ufko, and Callahan with a key for Sherwood to 199. McDavid retro there. 99 of 199 on the Sherwood. McDavid on the retro. Sweet selection of Colton Dach for Chicago. And that's that side. So we just didn't get the autograph. So far, Okay. It looks like it's a little bit mixed up at least. That's nice to see. So we can just go top to bottom and then call it a day. I'm just going to shrink the insert stack down because this is going to back up very quickly. Here we go. All right. Kudryavtsev, that's only 2 base cards at the front. Kudryavtsev, Bouillon, and Gaucher with a rookie autograph for the Leafs on the Sunset of Quillen. Sunset autograph. Hey, it's at least legible and not a squiggle. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Cowan has autos in here. Natchez and then Duke on the pink. Huh. And Stamkos Vibe Check. Pink and the same as the autograph. I think that's kind of rare. Warren, Osman, and Yurov. Casper, Nutrushkin, Sweet Selections of Wood. Yeah, those are going to... In Golden Treasures, those are going to be like, oh, those look kind of normal. Demidov rookie. There we go. Brunicky, Gridden. Suniev Rainbow. Barzell. McCann on the path to victory. And that's a stopping point there. Nice Demi. Put him in his own pile. Yeah, we'll see him top load. Oh, yeah, it is a 2 auto box, right? Yeah. That's why I was thrown off, right? Was it? I don't know. Again, I'm running on low sleep. Brustevich, Green, and Elias Pettersson. Brendan Moore on the Sunset rookie. Byfield. Vibe check for the Flyers of Tyson Forster. Dalibir, Metza, and Doc with a JT Miller. Turquoise. Yeah, I essentially got 41 of 249 on the JT Miller. Aspero on the Rainbow rookie. Eichel on the Vibe check. Aspero, Wood, Sandine Palika, Lundell to 299 on the Violet Pixels. Matthews Retro. And Nikishin Sweet Selections. I essentially have like 1 hour of sleep from 1 a.m. or 1 a.m. to now, so I'm a little bit on the tired side. Apologies. But yeah, teething what? He's like 7.5 months old now, essentially, something like that. And he was not a happy camper. Rightfully so, man. Probably a good thing we don't have memories from when we're that age, because that'd be painful. Tooth pain sucks. All right, so I was right in that it's still that way. I mixed it up now. All right, let's just mix the packs up a little bit so we don't know what we're getting here. Something like that. A little bit more suspense now. I'll try and make sure the better rookies are like sleeved at least. And then like the really good ones like the Demidov, Schaefer's, Misas. We'll sleeve and top load those guys to start things off. Just because, yeah. But you might see like a bunch of them in individual sleeves, but not top loaders inside of a bulk. Because Platinum is one of those weird shipping products where there's a lot of volume. But let me check how many spots are left in the 4-box random. There are only 3 sold. Again, it's $47 a spot. That's probably going to be one of the cheapest 4-box randoms on the market today. So Pettersson, another Demi, nice, and Brunick, McKinnon to 299, Spurgeon and Forrester. I'll get through and we'll sleeve them. Rodrigo Balls, Branse Nygaard, Cadden, Jack Finley on the Pixels rookie to 299, Kraken on the Beniers, 5 check of Jake Sanderson. Biggest hit so far, probably the McDavid to 80. 85. Taylor Makar, Shabanov, and Brady Martin. All right, let's get some sleeves. We'll sleeve and top load the rookies of parallels at least. Finley to 299. Nothing notable. McKinnon, 14 of 299. He seems to be in a better mood this playoff run. Another Demi. All right, let's put vet parallels there. Hedman, Coronado Rainbows, Neiman for the Kraken, Quillen, Ottavainen, Michael Misa, Tage Thompson Sunset, Nice Retro, Perek Sweet Selections, Schaefer, there we go. Shipping depends on where you are. Gatcomb and Camland. Matthew Wood on the Rainbow. Nice rainbow there. Jackson Blake on the Sunset. Ovechkin on the Vibe check. And then let's go ahead and let's get the rest of the rookies. Owen Sillinger for Columbus. Sam Dickinson. Taylor Ward with a Seth Jarvis Magma. Pesci for the Devils. and a Chushkin for the Avs. It should pop up on the bottom for shipping. Nice, 0. Okay, I will make sure I have it all. I think I did take it all, but I'll double check and get that dropped off. So. Yeah, again, if you do have stuff with us, please let us know when you want it shipped out. During the show is fine, especially if I know you. If you're new, please send a message, especially if you're local. Because pickups, if you're local, like anywhere's within, the lower mainland, will automatically go to our physical store. Just because, if you're local and I see pickup, I'm just going to assume, oh, we got orange. Nice. Oh, we got green shimmer. Oh, this is a colorful half here. Let's go. Gridden, Warren, Osman, rookie auto seismic gold of Ethan Frank for the Capitals. Honestly, not the worst one to get. 10 of 25. Yeah, we'll do the other 4 boxes. I just don't know if we'll do pick your team or random. We'll see how the vibes are. Nice for the Capitals. O'Reilly on the rainbow. Sweet selections of Oslin for the Sabres. Got a retro green shimmer. These look nice. Laba, Brustevich green, and a Matthew Nice green shimmer. Those look beautiful. Or green laser, sorry, to 75. Whatever. It's shimmer in most other sports. Yeah, very nice. That on a Canuck player or a Wild or Dallas, yeah. Those look nice. I really like the look of those. So that's actually, you know what? We'll put it on a lower stand. I like the look of it. Demko, Stutzla on the other stuff there. Jack Williams, Yoel Nystrom. Oh, man, if that was in that. Total Pilo for the Canucks. Bobby McMahon to 299 for the Leafs. Edvinson and Bouillum. Bobby McMahon is 79 of 299. Got some orange coming up here. Kaplan, Skinner, and Curtis Douglas with a Tippett Arctic Freeze. Wow, this is a really insane box for numbered stuff. We got the 75, the 25 auto, the 99 Tippett. Metsaw is our rainbow rookie. Vibe check of Bedard. Let's see. Let's get to the rookies here. Suzuki, Snuggerud. Nice Snuggerud. Camille, and Tage Thompson. Man, the oranges are beautiful this year on the orange checkers. Unfortunately, he's checked right out of the playoffs to 25. This is a power box. Gold rookie, orange checker, gold rookie auto, orange checkers, green laser, Saros, Ethan Frank on the Magna, Byfield on the vibe check. Seneca rookie for the Ducks, Nikishin, Lennox, and Koivunen Sunset rookie, Cooley retro, and Suzuki for the Habs on the path to victory. So that was a fun box. I feel like Platinum's gonna have those highs and lows again of like the insane boxes and then the meh boxes. We will see. All right, box number 4. I mean, I haven't checked in a while, but sometimes they're sometimes they sell well. It just depends on the market, right? If the players already have a lot, they sell for a little bit less. That's one of the things with Platinum is that you kind of want like Kiefer Sherwood would be a good player to get right now because he would be doesn't have a ton of plat stuff and doesn't have a ton of cards, so. But yeah, let me update how many spots are left. We got it only says 3 sold, 12 sold, so 12 takeaways is 20 left. we go. But yeah, we'll do the other 4 boxes after for sure. We're going to do the 2 cases today. Then we'll have kind of 1 7/8 of a case left over for doing whatever we want to do with them. They're up on the website now? Perfect. Yeah, unfortunately I can't. I could check during a break, but it just takes away from the break. I can check right now. Here. I believe we did put a limit on them as well. Let me see. 1 second here. Yeah, $349.99. 2 per. Yeah, we made sure to put a limit on them at the price just because, you know, we want to make sure that you know, everyone can get a shot at them, and yeah. And then again, on our website it is free shipping over $50 in Canada, so Sheen, Haight, and Lund. It's just different on here. Farrell for the Sharks, Neiman on the Rainbow for the Kraken, and Strom for the Capitals. So shipping on our actual website is free over 50 within Canada, and we only ship within Canada too, so that's the other flip side. Danielson, Kindle, and Leonard. Wow, those are 3 really solid rookies. Comfort on the Pink Magma, Stevenson, and Matthew Wood. Giacomo, Quillen, and Ottavainen. Hey, we wanted some Axel Sandy and Palika, didn't we? How about a nice little autograph? That's a nice squiggle. That's a nice squiggle. Stamkos, Doc on the Sweet Selections. Nikishin, Lennox, and another Schaefer. There we go. Patrick Kane for Detroit on the Seismic Gold. 50. 40 of 50. Another gold. There you go. Snipe, you're hidden. Second Schaefer base. We're at 2 Schaefers, 2 Demis. Yeah, he's going to be solid if he fixes his defensive stuff. Ufko and Ovechkin. Some of these are a little sticky. Moore, Skarek, Seneca. Oh, man. A moot on the Cosmic Rookie to 65. Sorry. They, again, look really nice. Visually. But 65. Not the player you want to hit, but it's still a cool looking parallel. We'll give that a stand if I can find them. I don't see any more stands nearby. Oh, there it is. There we go. Kind of get some of the different parallels shown off here. Nazer and Comfer. 5, 6. Mazer. Koivunen, Karens, Stützle to $2.99, Demi Retro. I love the retros this year. The retro autos would be sick. Will Smith on the vibe check, and that is that half. 164 at $2.99 on the Timmy Stew. I don't know, Detroit. They don't rush guys, but they also, their development's been, I don't want to say sketch, but not the best. The auto that just, like these just came out today. BTJ, the Kings are definitely I mean, you got some stuff. You got a Byfield into an award rookie, but they definitely aren't one of the strongest teams in the product. Which is why they were priced as like one of the worst teams in the product, unfortunately. The auto was Palika, though. If you want the top auto, it is Ethan Frank. Is this a double? I don't know. This is different. Ty Mueller, Perek, Easton Cowan, Truba Red, Simashev Pink, Marchand, or Truba Rainbow, sorry. Another orange. We had a lot of color in that first half of the box, didn't we? Gritziuk, Dastus, Tomaszek, and orange checkers of Will Smith. Will Smith on the orange checkers to 25 for the Sharks. The Christmas number in 12 of 25. Orange and teal is kind of blue and green. I mean, if you're looking for like consistent value, this is going to way outperform metal most of the time. Night on the Sunset. Kucherov, Vibe Check of Palmieri. This is a much more collected product. The parallels also look nicer. Coco, Coots, and Washi with an Ufco Rainbow. Foligno, and a Gatcomb Sweet Selections. So, but, I don't know. Duran, Weisblatt, Rinzel with a Moore on the Sunset. Leonard, and Caulfield Vibe Check. Yeah, metal, you're just literally looking for PMG and the rare inserts. This is just like a much more collected product. Dorwart, Finney, Brindamore, Dominic Sheen, the red on red's nice for the Red Wings to 199. 176 to 199. So, yeah. Metal, I think, metal is from a unique product, more fun to open up, but from like a Cards Go Burr, this is much better. Callahan on the Rainbow and Akishin on the Sweet Selections. Because there's a lot more variance with metal. Oslin, Limbaum, and Bardakov with a Seth Jarvis on the Aquamarine. Or Turquoise, sorry, not Aquamarine. Didn't they have an Aquamarine parallel one year? Seth Jarvis to 249. Tage and Stanky for the Hurricanes. Alright, let me get the inserts out of the way. It's a lot of cards to sort. It's also why I'm keeping it a little bit lighter today so I can get stuff shipped out reasonably and hopefully get it out tomorrow. Yeah, that's pretty fair. I don't mind if they have a couple parallels that change every year, like, you know, a weird short print every... These packs are upside down. But yeah. And yeah, Ryan, for Series 2 versus this Series 2, again, like collectability wise, I think Series 2 is actually more collected than this, just because more people collect the base set. Kind of just different products. This has a guaranteed on-card or guaranteed autograph per box. Young Guns hold their value the best out of any card, like bang for your buck wise. But if you do hit a really good low numbered parallel on platinum, it's worth a good amount. So they're different products. They're both fun. It just depends on what price you're buying them at, essentially, right? And what your risk reward is. Like this also has a lot more. I'd say this has a lot more risk, but it does have more upside, right? Like obviously the Gold Outburst Young Guns are the highest overall upside card, which is weird to say, but yeah. Ospin, Yurov, and Kudryavtsev, Perot on the Retro Rookie. Seneca Retro Rainbow. Yeah, the year in the players, like this for 2011 or 2021-22 is a really rough product. Sweet Selections of Demi from a value standpoint. Even though the players, like, we did a case of that recently, and it's actually, the value wasn't bad, just the print quality was. So, but yeah. And same thing with Series 2, right? In Series 1 and Series 2, Brunick, Gridden, and Warren. Silver or Rainbow of Doughty, Stevenson on the Magma, Path to Victory of Mark Stone. So, Green, Pedersen, and Demi again with the Tyler Seguin Pink Magma. Shea, oops, sorry, it's Shea on that. Vibe check, Forcer. Vibe check is not great. I think the corners are okay. Maybe a little bit on that top right, but the only thing I will say about 23-24 is that I believe it is, especially Series 2, is a lot more printed than any other modern product. So another premiere here. Total Pilo, Laba, Brustevich, Johnson, Draisaitl, sweet selections of Levshinov. So Douglas, Williams, Nystrom, Crosby on the premiere with the print line through it, Bouchard on the sunset, Barkov, and Bedard. So yeah, it's the first year of the outburst. I personally like 24-25 the best. It's just Celebrini's made that product relatively unaffordable for Series 2. I like the Young Guns renewed. I think they provide just a good little bit of extra value. Cadden, Kaplan, Skinner, Gaucher, Bardakov Sunset, Boone Jenner Path to Victory. So the thing I like about 24-25 is the reneweds are nice as an insert set. At least Series 2. Series 1 had those gaming inserts, and those were awful. I was so glad when someone came in and picked up a bunch of them from our case break that we did for singles. I was like, I don't want to see these ever again. Because, like, they had no real story behind them, right? If you're gonna do stuff like that, put a story behind it, especially the PvPs, because they all have the exact same time and the exact same score, and it's like, okay, what's the point? Another gold coming up here. Ufko, Callahan, Neiman, Rainbow rookie auto, Parker Ford. Yeah, I mean, it's gaming themed, but like you gotta have the tie-in is what I mean, you know? Yeah, they felt very MVP-ish. Natchez and Perek on the sweet selections. That's the best way to describe them. Metza, Doc, Levshinov, Jimmy Snuggerud, Cosmic rookie for the Blues. Let's go. Extended should be out June 3rd, so 2 weeks. We'll definitely be having case breaks to that. I guess a mitt can come down. You can move the asp over. So, Boone Jenner, Eichel on the vibe check. Dalbier, asp, Wood, Jared, my boy McCann. To 50. Seneca Retro. Yeah, it should be out on the 3rd. Not a guarantee. Release dates are always subject to change. Leo Carlson for the Ducks. They can change randomly last minute. Yeah, he has no hobby love. Ian Moore, Suniev, Aspero, Boone Jenner to 99. Is it Aspero or Asperot? I think it's Asper. I thought it was Aspero, but Boone Jenner to 99. Yeah, they can. Well, they were both on the Kraken, which is very funny. Draisaitl for the Flyers, and they at one point were both on the Leafs. Gabe Perreault on the sweet selections. He's very good. If the Leafs would have kept him instead of exposing him in the expansion draft, they would have been so much better off. Hudson, Fensor, and Cagnoni. Fiala to 299 for the Kings. 62 of 299. Yeah, Eichel and Mercer. Dude, that trade was awful. That was legitimately one of the worst modern NHL trades. Bouillon, Gaucher, Finley, Wallman to 199 on the red. 182 of 199, sorry. Jack Finley on the rainbow. Vibe check of Steven Stamkos. The vibe checks aren't the worst insert that I've seen in this. Kevin Fiala. Oh, man. I think it was less letting Marner go. I mean, that was part of it, but also, like, he just felt probably disrespected and tired of the narrative, which, like, fair. I think that they could have handled that better, but I also wonder how much, like, you read into all the off-ice stuff that they were doing, like charging more for stuff, and like they're charging more. Wow, this is another upside down box. That's weird. The behind the scenes changes too. Like, I think that played into it. I think that there's the general level of organizational dysfunction there that you're just like, nah, I'm not into it. 14 sold. That is 2 less. So we're down to 18 spots left, by the way, in the random. There we go. But I don't even think he needed a change. I just think the Leafs needed offensive depth in the playoffs. Like, Vegas has more offensive depth than what he... And this is one of the worst Vegas teams. They have more offensive depth in their lineup than what he had in pretty much every single one of his years. I mean, going out and getting Nick Foligno when you need some scoring, and, like, your issue in the playoff every single year is that you need more scoring because you're a 1 or 2 line team that's easy to shut down. Gets pretty annoying after a while if you're a player, I would say. Otto Vainen, Michael Misa, Ryan Suzuki, Marchenko, Sabrango on the Rainbow Retro. It's a little bit of sticky stuff. Snuggered on the path to victory. We'll see he's in that. I mean, that is their path to victory. Gatcomb, Lund, and Quillen. Rainbow of Batherson, Hellebuck Magma, Ovechkin Vibe Check. I mean, that fine's deserved. Nikishin, Lennox, and Schaefer. Farinacci Rainbow and Schaefer Retro. All right, we got double Schaefer pack here. Like, if you get warned enough times, and essentially they've kind of been like one of those you won't do anything to us type of teams, and then finally the NHL just had enough. Will Smith for the Sharks. We got an update autograph. Moore, Skarek, Seneca, and nice Voronkov for the Blue Jackets. Voronkov update auto for Columbus. That is a good one to get. I like how it's bop. I like Voronkov. Erik Karlsson, Nathan McKinnon Sunset, Foligno, Mazer, Koivunen, Karens, Jakai Rainbow, Nikishin Retro, Rinzel Sweet Selections. I didn't open a pack for some reason. I mean, honestly, my one thing watching the playoffs is that I know a lot of people memed on the Pacific Division for being bad, but, like, man, there are a lot of lack of actual teams I consider true contenders. Dorwart, Finney, and Brindamore, Cagnoni, Finney, Sunset, and Rainbow, and Stankoven. I don't know. Like, it's one of those things, just they're getting goaltending at the right time, and their players are clicking. Like, who had Alex Newhook being Mr. Game 7? Which is sick, but yeah, I hope they build off of it too, right? Because if they build off of it, it puts more... Like, it's funny because I want the Habs to succeed and to continue to build on what they have and not make panic moves. But at the same time, like the better they do, the more likely the Canucks are to have a solid rebuild. But yeah. Yeah. And see, I think Buffalo actually subtracted at the deadline with their additions. Nystrom, Tolopilo, and Laba. Oh, man, these are sick. The red rainbow retro auto, Sabrango. Not numbered, but man. That is, those are nice looking cards. Not the best autograph, but I love the retros. Yeah, I don't like their coaching in Buffalo, so Gatcombe and Hellebuck. So Skinner, Douglas, and Williams, and you're off to 99. I think they just got hot at like Dobish just clearly got hot at the right time. 91 and 99. You know it's bad when players are doing that extra little shot after the whistle trying to rattle him. Shea Bedard. Got a gold coming up. MBN, Cadden, and Kaplan with a Lejeune rookie. Gold. To 450. Caulfield and Kaprizov. Yeah, there is a little bit of randomness involved, but for the most part, they are a good overtime team. Shabanov, Martin, and Abols, and Gaucher. I don't know. I'm just... The Red Prisms 199, their style in the Game 7s has been... both Game 7s, I would say they got decently outplayed, but just clung and kind of kicked around, which is good. Schwartz, Sanderson, like you want to see that in a young team. It's good. It's just, I don't think it's super sustainable. Dickinson, Ward, and McCarr. Skinner for the Blues to 299, if that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, the Dobish stuff is insane. Moore and Leonard. Yeah, at the same time, the winning home games is like Snuggerud, Kamel, and Sillinger. The flip side of winning the road games, Morrissey to 199 and more, is that I think coaches actually have more of an impact on home ice. More for the Ducks and Byfield on the vibe check for the Kings. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. The one thing that I think is very clear is that the new cap rules suck for the playoffs. Because we're seeing less star players in them, and honestly, the hockey's been kind of like, I don't know. The Buffalo Montreal series has been the best series, I would say. The hockey's been kind of mid. Like, it's not its usual playoff level of intensity. That's like, the games are intense rather than let's just do extracurricular shenanigans. It's a Cosmic Snuggie. Yeah. But, like, there's been a lot of pretty messy series. Like, I think that's why Carolina handled their series, even though they went up against two of, I think, the better coached teams in Ottawa and Philadelphia. So, yeah. But, I don't know. I know the parity's really high in the NHL, but the parity's high, but one of my biggest arguments about parity being high is that it leads to like kind of less of a playoff surprise, less of a punch in the playoffs because you don't fully know who's gonna win, and there's no real upsets this year. I don't know. I like my upsets. The wild part, Fulton, is Carolina added assets and talent. Like they didn't subtract anything. Like they're also still building. Parker Ford, Farinacci, Duke, Dalbeer on the rainbow, nice one there. Mazur on the sunset, Cagnoni on the sweet selections. Like, honestly, I don't get how Tulski wasn't in the running for GM of the year. Edward Destus, Tomaszek and Mueller. Middlestat, Garland on the rainbow, Palmieri on the vibe check. Kutz, Washi, Gritziak. I don't know the last time I've seen a team as perennial in the final four have as many assets like draft picks, prospects that are good as the Hurricanes do. Kopitar for the Kings, Hurdle for Vegas, Buyam for the Wild. Weisblatt, Rinzel, and Coco. Rasmus Dahlin. So I think if the Hurricanes or the Canes or the Canes, if the Habs take a page out of the Hurricanes book where they try and make sure that like they still retain assets, they don't spend too much on stuff, which I think they have the right management group to understand that. They'll benefit them a lot. Sanderson, Martin, and Levshinov. Because there's a sustainability to their lineup. Lejeune, a little bit of gunk on that guy with the Robertson and Duran. Fiala on the rainbow for the Kings. Sunset of Aho. Caulfield on the vibe check. But Frank, Vilander, Simashev, Heiskanen, Gerard for the Avs, and Morgan Geeky on the path to victory. You know, I'd love to see the kind of like sustained success for both. Obviously, Carolina's managed it so far. I mean, like, they added Keandre Miller via trade. And, like, they added a legit top 4, top 2 defenseman. And don't look any worse for wear asset-wise. That's insane to think about. They traded for Mikko Rantanen. And were forced to trade him because he was refusing to sign there. And they still have positive assets. Like, just insane stuff. I hope they get past the... Like, they're one of those teams that I just hope to see succeed. More Skrex and Karens. Tim Washi. But we'll see. Turquoise Fragments. What are these pull rates? What are the pull rates on those? Turquoise Fragments. Is there... Are these on the checklist? Oh, my chat froze. It's not numbered. I legitimately do not see any on the 1 in 126. The checklist that I downloaded does not have any of them. And I downloaded it from Beckett. Am I just like, did I set a filter up wrong? I don't think so. Oh, they have them as... The checklist has them as blue fragments. That's what it is. The checklist has them as blue fragments, and it's turquoise. So they just messed up on the checklist. Cool. Jack Williams, Will Smith. That's fun. Brindamore, Mazer, and Koivunen. Sandin Palika to $2.99. That's why I was confused. Nice Sandin Palika. Stanky. Man, he's been good, eh? Perot. My other favorite part about these playoffs is that short kings are taking over. Bardakov, Dorwart, and Finney. The Will Smith to $2.99 and a Sorokin Retro. Will Smith $125 at $2.99. He's been selling pretty well, eh? I'm shocked at how well he's been selling. Vibe check of Stanky. Hunter Height, Ostland, Limbaum, Vasilevsky to $2.49. Gensel, Wyatt Johnson. No, nothing super low numbered. Kindle, Leonard, and Sheen. With a Tippett to $2.99. Rinzel Retro, and Demidov Sweet Selections. Oh, sorry, I just got to check my phone. 1 second. Tippett to $2.99. Vast to $2.49. 244 of $2.49. 244. $2.24, sorry. $2.49. There we go. Perek, Cowan, and Nate Danielson. Das Duce. Honestly, he shocked me this year with how good he was. Arctic Freeze, 67 of 99. Axel Sandine Palika, nice little asp on the rainbow. And a Marchand vibe check. Yeah, I think given where the NHL is trending and like how balanced all the teams are, it's a great offseason to be great time to be a rebuilding team because there's going to be a lot of teams looking for stuff as long as you have assets. But there's legitimately teams that are in that like end of cup window. Like obviously the Leafs have first overall and that changes things. But if they didn't, there's a very legitimate, even though they don't have their next 2 first-round picks, to just commit to rebuilding. Sorry, I just got a couple messages here that I want to respond to quickly. And I'll try and get you the Stanworthy Schaefer. All right. Sorry, I'm just checking all the messages. There we go. 0, got your message. Galley, got yours. We're back. All right, now I can see chat again. No Devils yet? Yeah, UFA pool's weak for the next 2 years. It's not even this year. It's the next 2 that are weak. And box number 93. Biggest hit so far, I mean, value-wise... Oh, honestly, tough. Probably the Snuggie Cosmic. But the McDavid to 85 or whatever is also nice. Lots of cool stuff. I think... How do I phrase this properly? I think McKenna should be the consensus number 1. I don't think he is because I think there are legitimate cases where certain teams would much prefer Stenberg because he's a much more complete player at this point and he's played with men. And so like he's a guy that you can probably immediately put into your lineup. And they're both wingers as well, which plays into that. So I don't think he's a consensus number 1, but I think he should be, is kind of where I land on it. And yeah, it's kind of like, it's closer to the year Slavkovsky went first overall. Excuse me. I would have taken Logan Cooley there, but Amit, Brunet, Howard. Oh, wrong Islander. Gatcombe to 249. Yeah, we need a big stand card for like Montreal or Islanders. We haven't had one in a while. Actually, I guess we got the personal PMG of Schaefer, which is sick. Hints vibe check of McDavid. Callahan, Neiman, and Perreault with the Elias Lindholm. Hawks could use a nice stand card. Look, I want to see the Islanders get one given the price. The Habs too, both of them, Levchinov and Snuggerud. Given the price those guys have to buy into the break, like I'm gonna go them first, and then we'll go to the Hawks and stuff. Siniev, Aspero, and Dalbier. Tom Villander on the Magma. Crosby, sweet selections of Rinzel. I also just want to see a golden treasure, you know. Fensor, Kenyoni, Ian Moore, Panarin, McNabb, Mercer. Upper Deck really likes Dawson Mercer, eh? Gaucher, Finley, and Quinn Hudson. To be fair, I also like Dawson Mercer. Shea to 249. Yeah. Thomas for the Blues. Sherwood for the Canucks. Stamkos. Yurov. Kudryavtsev, Booyah, Colton Dock, Rainbow. There's a Demidov path to victory. Okay, so they printed, I'm guessing they printed and made the path to victory cards before they knew Schaefer was debuting. You hit an autograph in the first box. So, Callahan on the autograph. Yeah. You've definitely hit, like, rookies. There's no way you haven't hit any Boston rookies. We'll put it that way. There's a lot of stuff. But, like, you've got definitely the Elias Lindholm that we just pulled too. All right. Please say there's something fancy. Oh, we got an update rainbow auto. Simashev, Matthew Robertson, Lejeune. Cosmic of Byfield for the Kings. To 65. Another value, like very value team in terms of price, but 65 on the Byfield. I love these, man, especially with that King sweater. Those are nice looking. Nice one there. Kopitar for the Kings. Seth Jarvis for the Hurricanes. All right, now I can pick up the stack again. Dylan Duke, Ethan Frank, Villander, Emmett Finney for the Red Wings. 199. We've had a decent amount of rookie color, I would say. Just none of the super big names. Gunther, Leonard. This feels like a case that should have had a Golden Treasures to me. Robidoff, Ford, and Farinacci. Demidov, Path to Victory, autograph for the Habs. He kind of missed the signing window a little bit. Just a little bit off, but that'll do. Path to Victory, Rainbow autograph. Honestly, where he signed it made a lot of sense. All right, Upper Deck, hire Demidov to design your cards. That is exactly where the autograph should be done. That's what it looks like where it belongs. That's sick. I'm guessing that's a tough guy. Path to Victory. Where is Montreal? 1 in 576 packs. So, I think we'll take the Axel sending Palika down. But that's going to be hit of the break. I was saying this is quiet. We have a second autograph coming up. Maybe. Something different at least. Panarin. Spurgeon. Maybe. Because you should get... I think you technically get a rookie auto. Melanson, Morden, and Sabrango. Kachuk, you. To $2.99 for the Panthers. Beniers, Path to Victory of Yossi. Doc, Levshinov, Ufko, Doc Retro, Anders Lee for the Islanders, Eichel, Asp, Wood, and Metza, McDavid Rainbow, and Morrissey. No, it's just a Path to Victory. Morrissey, Magma, and Path to Victory of Bennett. So, yeah, tough one there on the Demi. So, overall pretty okay. We hit the right color, but not the right players, you know? That's the game you play with Platinum. So let me shrink down the insert stacks here, and then do the recap, and then we'll get into the other cases. Well, case. Alright. And the base cards go here. That, and then let me just get rid of these. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just gonna tidy up a little bit here. Just want to tidy up and make sure that it looks where it's easier for me to sort and organize this, because it's a lot of cards. All right. Yeah, that was a really light Schaefer thing. So speaking of Schaefer, we got 1 retro, 1, 2, 3 base. For Demidov, we got 1, 2 base, 1 retro, 3 base, sorry. 2 sweet selections, 1 Path to Victory. Obviously the hit of the break. In terms of vet numbered stuff, Byfield to 65. the good numbered stuff. Smith to 299, Boone Jenner to 99, McCann to 50, Will Smith to 15, Patrick Kane to 50, Tippett to 99, McKinnon to 299. There's a bunch more over here as well. Let's go some of the other rookie stuff. Finney to 199, Gatcomb to 249, Dastus to 99, Axel Sending Palika to 299, Skinner to 299, Gaucher 199, Lejeau 250, Urov to 99, Amut to 65, Sheen to 199, Finley to 299, Villander to 199, Hudson to 299, and Brindamore to 249. Autographs, we got the Ass, the Washi, the Sabrango retros. By the way, I love the look of these cards. Voronkov on the the update, Parker Ford Rainbow, Quillen on the Sunset, Kudryavtsev and Callahan were other base rookie autographs. Premieres, we got 3, Darlene Crosby and Ryan Leonard. We also hit a Seneca Rainbow Retro Rookie. Perek to 99. McDavid Vibe Check on the Ray to 85. I mean, we'll do the Matthew Nyes. I just like the green shimmer, man. The green shimmer is super nice on these. To 75, or the green laser. Tage to 15. Ethan Frank gold to 25 on the autograph. Number to 1 of 25, so you get that nice little SEO boost. Snuggerud to 65, but hit of the break. Path to victory of Demidov for the Habs. It's the first Demidov auto I think we've pulled, right? I think so. Group break 664, I believe.